Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. As always, we'll start with some teams that should be on upset alert, and that brings us to Lawrence, Kansas, where the Jayhawks play host to Indiana State. Now, this will be the Kansas debut of new head coach Les Miles, and he'll have his hands full with the Sycamores, who are coming off of an impressive turnaround season and are primed to make a run to the FCS playoffs. Indiana State will keep this one close, but I believe Kansas will have a nice showing for the home crowd, especially up front en route to a victory. Wofford travels to South Carolina State, and the Bulldogs are a sleeper team in the MEAC, and I love the way they play along both sides of the line of scrimmage. Their discipline will be tested in this ballgame by the Terriers' triple option attack. Also, don't sleep on the defense of Wofford, as I think they'll be a top 10 defense this year in the FCS. I like Wofford in this ball game. I have to take a wait-and-see approach with South Carolina State's offense, so look for the Terriers to take care of business. What a great matchup this is between Elon and North Carolina A&T. There are some questions surrounding both teams in this ball game. How will Elon look under new head coach Tony Tristiani, and how will A&T look with without Lamar Raynard, under center? While the cast changes, the philosophy of both programs definitely remains the same. I like A&T in this ball game. Getting back a healthy Mac McCain bolsters the secondary, and their defensive front seven, despite the loss of Buffalo Bill Darryl Johnson, is still strong. They'll stymie the ground attack of the Phoenix. Down in Texas, we have an early SWAC tilt between Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern. The combination of DeWanya Tucker and quarterback Jalen Morton return and should continue to pile up the points in numbers for this offense. New Texas Southern head coach Clarence McKinney leads his Tigers into the Labor Day Classic after spending last year with the University of Arizona. His foundation is on the offensive side of the ball, and Texas Southern will need to lead from that area this season as they're replacing some key contributors on that defense. Great rivalry to start the season, but I like Prairie View A&M to outclass TSU. Huge game between Towson and the Citadel. The Tigers have national title aspirations, while the Bulldogs are looking to get back to the playoffs this upcoming season. A lot will be asked of the Tigers defense in this one. Gone is linebacker DeAndre Wallace and safety Monty Finner, and they were key contributors that would have helped them against this option attack. The Bulldogs defense will get their workout as both quarterback Tom Flacco and running back Shane Simpson are preseason All-Americans. I like Towson in this game. Their best defense will be their offense, and I like their chances in this one. It's time for our Stats FCS Game of the Week preview between Montana and South Dakota, and for the Grizzlies in this game, it's about getting off the field defensively. They're facing a quarterback in Austin Simmons who does a fantastic job of extending the play and finding targets downfield. And if the Grizzlies defense can keep him contained, they'll have a great chance to get the job done. Offensively, quarterback Dalton Snead gives them exactly what you need at the position. He's essentially a carbon copy of Austin Simmons. And speaking of the Coyotes and Simmons, he's one of the best QBs in the FCS. And where I have some concerns is along the offensive line, as they'll be starting some youth at 3 of the 5 spots. Defensively, I love the whole positionless approach by defensive coordinator Travis Johansson. That should be very unpredictable and also very fun to watch. I like Montana in this ball game. I feel like things start to click for them late last season, and they'll get tested throughout this contest by the Coyotes. Look for Montana to win the battle in the trenches en route to winning the game, which will be a close one.